think so. Because I do love, yes, that you bring out a Vice, which they were lacking a Sentinel to really get good util installed here for the side of FlyQuest, but you're sacrificing that to a Viper. So now you don't have any alert capabilities on your attack side on A either, so you have to stay as a group. So hopefully the Sky Flashes will, as they want to keep this in the comp, will do something right now for FlyQuest.
Push towards mid. Ev starts off strong. Oh, a second?
As usual.
Stronger. Yeah. We still got a little bit of a firefight back and forth there where they lost Edith. So this is going to be on the team to be together as they hit the site, or enough of a distraction to make it. So SRG has no idea what's going on, but it looks like they will group up for the death ball before they fully move forward.
Yeah, I like that Alexis is jump spotting right now here, but I think it's a little bit redundant as you already still have the Vice wall behind. And there you go, you're sacrificing HP on top of that. I think like playing towards the door with the jiggle while still having pressure towards B would be kind of good, but Alexis is now in a one and done.
That is insane. Ev's flick right now is just beautiful. They're able to shut it down as Alexis comes flying through. A second one there. As Alexis low, not giving up. Yeah, somehow able to harvest 2 kills out of that situation when there never should have been a chance. FlyQuest now scrambling to regroup the pieces with Thea pushed, trying to give audio cues.
Yeah, and she's trying to smoke to backstab around, but look at SRG. They're just going to try to push against Jazzkins here. You need Thea to turn around to help.
Last player standing.
Oh, the flash with the assistance to the right side. Jazzy, ring around the Rosie, peeks one side, gets a beautiful right click, is now going to separate the space. Oh, SRG not allowing, oh, I was going to say not allowing the 1v1, but it's Jazzy. She creates the 1v1 and now is hunting her prey. Has to go for the plant. Now it's the push. Chooses one side, but it's going to be hidden for Lydia. Playing it perfectly and gets the classic kill to boot. SRG take pistol.
It almost feels like Lydia knows that you like to go for these tap diffuses, these tap fakes, sorry, for the side of Thea for that 1v1 or Jazzy or whoever, maybe. Right? Just the experience comes out there for SRG, for Lydia, and they're able to win a nasty round. It looked like it was going to fall to pieces, though, when they were supposed to double swing towards that back of the site together on that 2 versus 1, especially one of them is low on HP. But thankfully, Lydia is able to clutch that one. But most importantly, Riv, the fact that you have a triple kill from Alexis at 13 HP when she's jump spawning towards A main and gets dinked instantly and still is able to turn around over back in favor of SRG.
That is crazy. And the little mind games of the situation where they played it too. You'd see a Vise wall there and you're like, okay, that clears the left side. I don't initially have to peek that. Was able to then hide in an anchor smoke and just that. Yeah. Really the wherewithal of how to get out of that situation was insane. They will start off with that pistol as we slide into a tech pause for what seems to be a player DC.
Yeah, unfortunate there, so we're going to have to wait for them to come back, but thankfully it doesn't feel like it was something that really affected that round, if I have to be honest, going into how that round panned out, because Ev did an excellent job training out their opponent towards that front of that B side, getting that player advantage for the side of FlyQuest in the very beginning. The instant dink onto Alexis, and they were able to scale up together, and I never really saw here in any of the fights for FlyQuest that somebody was really not there in the timing for the fights, and same thing here for the side of SRG. But looks like we're back, and no round re-roll. We are Gucci, and again, it is a piss round for SRG. In my eyes, I got stolen away from, once again, Alexis as the IGL on pistol round.
Somehow, she's always coming up with very impactful mid-round kills, it seems there, especially when it's kind of like you think a one and done, as you said, but somehow works some magic. Yeah. Push towards B, already on the mound. He's going to go ahead and get the Seeker's Orb online ASAP.
Yeah, and I want to explain as well for the positioning that you have from Lydia on the top of the box is how good this is, especially when you're playing these smokes. Now, this also creates one ways. Look at where that ping is going towards that switch. If it was ever any type of like protocol from FlyQuest to set up smokes on that C site to just try to get orb and then tap open to try to get pressure towards that B site, that line is still amazing to look down into the front B side to do some damage to help the front B lane.
Ooh. Maybe expecting the wall to go up for a moment, but they didn't really have anything to clear for themselves. So no util means free firing for SRG as FlyQuest try to traverse from rubble to door here. As screaming out a tree. One to the backside of Jazzykins and a cleanup from Lydia to get a flawless second round here. SRG is playing those so close to the chest that they usually come away with every member.
And it's dangerous right now. The players are picking up these pips. Sarah getting a couple in the previous rounds, but Alexis already close here to the Nightfall when it's what, like 9 pips, 8 pips now. Super important. Donut picking up some kills with the Ella, getting closer to theirs, but at the same time, you're seeing how it was expensive for FlyQuest to just go for Initiator utility and smokes and whatnot to help the team out. That you still have 2 players that are still on half shields that allows here Donut, well, regen shields, that still allows Donut to get one-shotters.
Deficient.
Ooh!
What?
Don't need a lurk if you're gonna win fights like that.
It doesn't matter the agent either. Melee is just there and on, but it is traded. Got that kill over towards Rubble, and a push here from SRG as Sarah's also going to put her foot down for a moment.
Oh my god.
Corrects the slide, a quick 180. Ev's going to have the timing though as Jazzykins also cleans up 2 beautiful kills over towards Mound. And they sweep SRG's defense on the left side of the map here. And they... Wait. That kind of blocked the vision on Alexis. Wall bangs for the next kill. The Seekers did no good there. Oh no. Oh, they were trying to secure it. Oh god. Okay, Nightfall's gonna miss, so now they can assume it's full right side of the site. IGL going for the frags here, but it's gonna be Melia. First blood in the round, looking for the final kill of the round to give FlyQuest the bonus steal. And it's gonna be the flick for Melia. Takes down Alexis as she tries to get into the site. Nice fake out there on the plant. And a very much needed round for FlyQuest.
Alexis almost got it done again. It was so close too as Sarah was able to get that second kill in front of that B side. Somehow, Edith was trying to break her ankles, yet she still turns around to get the kill with the Stinger, but just couldn't get that second one onto Ev. But if it wasn't for that, maybe it was going to be very doable for Alexis to clutch that. But another one of those scenarios that SRG shouldn't win, yet you see this happen. Look at that. Just trying to break the Seekers and somehow still gets the wall bang through Jazzykin. That's just unfortunate. And you were just talking about the experience. 3% on a Vice, but it doesn't matter what agent. She's definitely going to know how to play the round and plays that one-on-one perfectly.
I'm out of here.
That's crazy. These rounds are back and forth. Comes down to 1v1s quite a bit here. Let's see if Lotus continues to be like this. A good push up by SRG as they keep themselves ready for any action across the map. And Ev happy to give them that fight at the front side. A B gets the spread with the Vandal. Controlling that one just at the headline of SRG.
And Nightfall available from that one too. You're almost questioning the previous round when you had Seekers being... Oh, nice shot by Jazzy. Dude, we had a 3v1 and then Seekers came out and like, oh, it's fine because Ev's going to get a triple kill and then already get a Nightfall. And then now the ult cycle is actually going back in favor of FlyQuest, man. As chaotic these rounds are going down, we were just mentioning in the past game and even for FlyQuest versus Swimtrek Blue that there was lack of firepower for the roster of FlyQuest. I mean, not necessarily on paper, but they were just not showing up for these duels against Swimtrek Blue and almost not into these fights on the first map of Split. But they're definitely coming out here with a lot more grit this time around, especially with Ev coming up huge here on the front B side control.
Yeah, the firepower is much more coordinated around each other, trading those kills, being able to get forward space, right? They got stuck on Split, it seemed like, when they got those kills. Almost dug themselves a hole on the defensive side. And now they're going to be surprised by a hole dug in here by SRG over at Mound, but a great clear coming in from Jazzy. Especially
double share shots as well. That's going to probably give the cue for FlyQuest to start pivoting slowly towards this A site. But again, this is what I was talking about before, Riv. I think... yes, they are playing slow because you're playing against the anti-eco, so it's okay to play it very slow. But this is still going to be a pain point for FlyQuest on the attack. If you're looking at this minute mark, if you're trying to play a default against a gun round, how do you really activate somebody lurking towards his A side? You kind of can't. It almost gives freedom for Donut to start playing with the op down that line, which could also be a win con for SRG in the upcoming rounds on defense.
Slowly through the door, little 1, 2, 3. Beautiful Nightfall. Multiple tags here. They just have to decide which ones are the priority on this attack. And it's actually SRG's hand is forced to peak. FlyQuest is ready to receive. 3 to 4 quick kills coming through. Noya there now ringing out a Sheriff from behind, so they'll turn and clean that one up. And FlyQuest are happy to get that flawless through. Build up a little econ because the battle is about to begin.
still a nice little pivot by SRG. The audible call to say, look, 4 of us or 3 of us out of 4 got hit by the Nightfall. And then even if they're deathened, the call here from Alexis was to fight towards the front choke by Fridge, by slant into the orb area instead of trying to fight back towards tree. And it was the right read because FlyQuest heard all the dings come out from the Ev ult and it decided to leave that area, which could have been dangerous here with the GC shares, but FlyQuest is able to stop that and not allow that to happen. And now taking the lead here for the first time in this map. Okay.
Spike drop, walk around.
Yeah, if we're looking at this, if you're just right here in the POV of Melia, what allows for her to cross first is this first smoke that's thrown by an Omen. So here's the thing too, you're starting to leverage a lot of Thea smokes to really try to get the lurks going, but that leaves you a lot less smokes if you're trying to go for an actual side exec. You can maybe, there's your second smoke to bully. What do you have left right now to start going for the actual hit? This is very difficult right now to really get some real activations around FlyQuest that allows the defense to still stay quite strong at the minute mark for SRG.
Lydia still has one. They're using the cycle of the orb, so smokes are still there if they need to react to FlyQuest on the side of SRG. And one just comes up for Thea, so that's going to be a very important one. SRG know the util they see at this point in time is going to be one that needs to be worked on.
Yeah.
So they try to sell a fake here with Jazzy.
The most important thing too is this fake is gonna not be useful at all, because when you're throwing this bully smoke on the C site, you have to bait the vice wall, and you've never done that in the first place. So nobody's gonna over rotate here. So this odd from Donut down that A line is still gonna be very strong, as we mentioned before. Fortunately missed.
They've chosen the soft site. That'll be to the benefit here of FlyQuest, able to work the map a bit. But now they gotta hold it. This is what pained them on split. They're not going to be able to go too far forward, so it's about setting up the defense and what Jazzy can do if she can get this timing.
Fight through this too.
Oh, Sarah. Well aware, knowing still 4 members of the team are heading towards site. Somebody's got to watch the back, and the timing is realized. Ulti.
Oh, huge.
Looking to steal away the weapons, forcing the fight from Melia. They get another clear as Sarah gets all the lurks wrapped up in one. A third kill. Dodo Nut finds another one as Edith is just firing every shot out of the Sheriff, but only one connects. Dodo Nut with the cleanup and a spike delivery over towards Noya. SRG just roll right back through, keeping 3 alive.
Yeah, was that big kill from Jazzikins? That was onto Jazzikins. That was still Sarah, right, on that fight in front of the B. So if it wasn't for that duel, if you actually won that fight from Jazzikins, that's no ult available there for Sarah to retake towards the A site. And even then, she gets 3 kills on top of that after her Steel Garden. That's a huge round by Sarah. But overall, again, it's just a little bit of lackluster macro coming in from FlyQuest at the beginning of this round. Not enough bait utility with what they're trying to do in their default that allows them to activate too much. But also you saw what was left here in the pulse plant. No paranoia to stall for the fight towards heaven, so they got to rethink things through here. Maybe salvage a little bit of the util when it actually comes down to holding these pulse plants for FlyQuest.
Coming into this, I was expecting it to just really be a win condition for FlyQuest and Edith to go in to stay with that gap, not allow a separation. But you're right, it's almost got to be about baiting the util. Sarah gets a kill as Thea tries to go from the shadows, but just put right back to the dark side. Lydia, 1, almost a second. Yes, right before she swept almost from the grave there. Another kill on the Phantom. They have an answer for everything, just diving right into FlyQuest and overwhelming them with pressure. SRG do not waste a moment to take C back.
And that was just before her gun was about to jam as well from this Steel Garden of Melia. That was a beautiful anchor coming out from Lydia. Trying to fake TP away too as she got tethered by the seas, and yeah, gets that beautiful kill onto Edith last second just before. And she did her job, because right now Sarah had no choice but to fall back and get rid of Thea on that TP in the back of the site, and it's fine. I love that from Thea. It's selfless from her as well as the IGL, because you're trying to weaken out the C site. She becomes a sacrificial lamb by not winning that fight, but it's supposed to be a 3 versus 1 on that bend. Yet Lydia still gets 2 kills. That was insane.
Yeah, Lydia gets 2. You still have Dodo Nut coming in on overdrive to create the chaos, and you always have to check every angle twice when that happens. And it's FlyQuest is always being kind of sent into a chaos storm when they do get positioning in a site. Yeah, SRG is moving fast, so they call a timeout. Gonna get back in the ear of the squad, try to sort some things out here. They're not looking at too many ults on the side of SRG, even on deck, unless they get some kills. So this might be a time to go at the throat and get some rounds back.
One positive thing out of it so far, too, for both teams is that they're actually using their ults at the right moments as well. It almost feels like nothing's being wasted so far. It almost, again, when you have Jazikins throwing the ulti on the 3 versus 1, I mean, Alexis almost won it. So respect to that to confirm where the last person is so that Melee could win that 1 versus 1. So I like this. And maybe out of this round, you're trying to get something out of the overdrive of Edith here as they're looking for a very fast hit towards B.
They move the wall, dude? They able to get in? It's just a Vice util able to shut them down so hard.
Yeah. Snakebite.
That's ridiculous timing.
Snakebite, Viper Wall, 1 Razor Vines. You can't run through that. And then there's, like, listen to, like, so many Phantom shots just ringing because that's what SRG is wielding. 4 Phantoms and an Odin on Sarah. And I love the Odin.
Vandals.
Exactly. So it's just easy for SRG. I just want to point out that little Odin here in the positioning from Sarah. That is going to make things so difficult for you to plant at bend, and it allows you to delay even more.
Line him up, knock him down. Noya's going searching with a shorty, and it's just going to be a quick pull-out. Phantom again. Yeah, that's all you heard, really. One person was going. It's basically, I'm reloading. Okay, I'll start shooting. I'm reloading. Okay, I'll start shooting. There was Phantom fire that whole time that the Viper wall was up, if not another smoke. So yeah, a flawless round here. Back to this firefight through the choke.
Wonder how much HP Edith had after that slide, as that had to do a lot of damage. And even on that, as you're mentioning here, the amount of Phantom shots also kills through the smoke. And it's nice that Lydia is able to pick those up because remember that triple spray down from Ev with the Vandal of all weapons too through the B main line. It's nice to see that SRG also has a little bit of lady luck into the sprays of this map here of Lotus.
And now FlyQuest is trying to work off of that money loss. Whether they win or lose, it's around 3,000 credits. So that Thea's still playing selfless. Gives that gun up again, gets a bandit for herself. And they're trying to play through some hero rifles. More team rifles this time, but to stick together and make these work here, Vans.
Hell, I feel like maybe this could have been slightly different. Maybe the scaling would be kind of good where you're trying to break this wall for Thea, so that's why you have that bandit. But when it comes down to the exit, give that Guardian back to Thea and use your overdrive to get in.
I like it. They're trying to pressure it a little more before they do commit to the site. Flash is the activation. They want to walk in. Ooh, nice stat. Just kind of a shift let go there so Edith could make a little bit more space before making noise in that step bank. And they can now kind of sit. This is the first time they've really played inserts. So they go from a little closer. Noya's still ready for one, but Thea gets the follow-up. If they can pick up the weapons and get themselves sorted in sight, this could easily be the round that Fly gets to come back on.
Riv, I just wish there was a Phantom or overdrive. Use that instead on your slide. But there where it becomes annoying to spam through the walls. The spike is down. Ev is trying to keep the dream alive, but can't.
They're pushing, they're peeking, the util's not there, and they're finding 2 members always peeking out from SRG. A little bit of off default spot, avoiding the spam here. It's down. It's a 1v2. Melia looking to put a few more alt points in the pocket with this round here. Just a jump around from the shorty. It's going to be up top. Called it right. Another round that plays out like this where SRG still steal it away at the last moment.
What is that? 2 wallbang kills with players trying to plan. I was talking about the previous round with Sarah with the Odin where it would be so difficult to play against an Odin spray, but instead it's Phantom sprays that gets the kills.
Yeah.
And that's what you mentioned here, Riv. Not enough util to flush them out. I don't know if you've used too much to really get into sites, and that's been the pain point as well for the pulse plant scenarios or attempt to plant so far here for FlyQuest on either of these sites on Lotus. So again, I feel like there was definitely an opportunity to get better value off the slide because Edith did an incredible job. I love that they snuck through by walk contacting through the util in the first place, and they already had first contact. But if you had overdrive after this done, I think that was bend control guaranteed for FlyQuest.
Let's deploy a mini. And when they are spamming loud, like you said, it's with the Odin. You can't really trade it back. Noya's still trying to look for that hotline just from the top side to draw attention away from the Odin spam, as they know they're feeling more than one arsenal hitting them here at Mound. Good chip damage so far. Is it a lower buy here? Or they're just looking for Melia to get some Guardian hits? Hello. Oh,
Freebie.
just the protection and the timing, yeah. You want to have an angle, but somebody's looking at the side of your head every time here is what FlyQuest is feeling. And then they don't peek, right? And then they paranoia you because they want one angle. This might work out for a bit of space, though.
Now that was an overcooked, though, because I loved how they were playing off each other that were just coming in before, but because you smoked towards blue door, and then you just tried to swing out, and your teammate was still flashed, there was no way to swing out here for Donut to trade off. So that gives an opening right now for FlyQuest to at least get the plan on B.
That gun to Jazzy. Quick pick up. Now what's the reset? Because they get pinched from both sides. Are they going to be able to get Heaven and come around steps?
Flash can do good damage.
Oh, not fully rotating out. They just wanted Heaven. Everybody's stuck in the spot now, though. Jazzykins know they need to move just a little bit to draw the prying eyes away. Oh, what a paranoia to come through. A slide to the trade. And it's big. Melia actually gets a sweeping kill on 2 there. Finds Lydia in the firefight. And this is Thea's moment here. Noya, though, with the gun diff, the Sheriff to Phantom, and it's always the Phantom there for Noya. A defuse, another round for SRG, and they walk away with 1 player alive again.
I just wonder what the comms are there, Riv, because right now Thea did an incredible job too, pushing back towards the spawn and re-wrapping break room, but after Melia gets the trip kill, where's the confirmation or the communication that nobody really tapped on Spike yet? So you don't really need to force the swing from Thea back into the B main. I feel like I feel like the comm wasn't there, which allowed Noya to really get that pick quite easily. But Thea almost had that one, right? She adjusted her aim quite well, got a couple of body shots in through, but it's still the end of the day. The Phantoms that reign supreme and also does this rookie on this side.
Straight through. Dodonut and the team. Oh god. Neon on Neon. Thea starts him off though. Low health here for Dodonut. How did you get 2 more? Like 1 HP. Holy moly. Ev now able to clean up, but it's traded back again. That's just the story of the game. The moment FlyQuest gets a step forward, SRG take 2 away from him.
Good old words of old esports Doug. Holy Toledo. How did you get 2 kills with 3 HP remaining there for Dodonut?
That's insane. That's happened way too much for SRG.
Yeah, there was Alexis on piss around this time from Donut in the previous round, and it almost felt like FlyQuest should have had the upper hand because they already had the first push on the one trying to fight towards Rubble, which was Lydia, and it didn't allow Donut to add too much pressure. That should have been some trades out in favor of FlyQuest, but man, it's just like these small heroic plays coming out from SRG. Once again, you're seeing that a flash of split. Well, hold that thought though. This is desperate flash and dash towards the ace hit.
Keep pressuring. I like this. You know there's going to be an operator on the other side. Well, not anymore, actually, but they're still going to go fast. Stuck in tree room, though. They have a bit of B space. They could absolutely pull an audible on this after alting through, kind of feigning the hit. They waste out SRG's Vice ult. But they're still committing themselves. This should be a call. Ev's got full B-site control back and forth, and they're still waiting to try to get into tree now with full defensive squad here. For the side of SRG, they're going to try to get the plant down. Oh my god, they have the timing behind enemy lines. FlyQuest is able to skirt that defense.
They were definitely playing just a little bit of chess match, both teams, and scaling ults versus ults. And at the end of the day, it's going to be FlyQuest with that big Steel Garden from Melia. That doesn't allow SRG here to get good weapons to fight into the A site. That was very nice in the end. But yeah, I was just going to mention it was a little bit of reminiscent to Split previously, where the series got very close back and forth, and then suddenly SRG just really ran away with the map. But thankfully here we saw FlyQuest find something, a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Still very far away for them to grab and walk through to the light, but they might walk through the light in a different way if SRG continues its dominance.
That had the comm there was almost like a confirmed comm. Ev's like, I don't see anybody, and they're waiting to get the most out of the Vice ult. Be like, all right, they all have to be here now. Rock the ult. And what a sweet play that was, actually.
Yeah.
It looked like they almost should have rotated, but they were setting the trap. And that's the kind of play we need to see out of FlyQuest fans. They have to kind of control the state of the game.
They are trying to control it now. 3 players walking outside towards rubble for that control. And then it almost seems like Melia wants to go for the one and done. So after contact, well, we'll just done.
Done indeed.
Yep.
Everybody by the vice wall, everybody in, and I think that's a kind of a wake-up call that if it falls apart that fast, it shouldn't be happening,
Spike
right?
planted.
Yeah.
SRG are going to take all this space and have time to mill about too, and really get under the stick of FlyQuest. They approves them wrong for a moment. Still have to clean up kills all over the map. The timings are so weird that they have to look for now.
Melia's in a good spot though. Yeah. Or Sarah, sorry, on the attack.
Still from heaven, Edith, a good find there. The ghosts actually for FlyQuest are very strong here throughout pistol round, but they're shut down again from every which angle. FlyQuest isn't looking as they try to make their way back into the site to get to that plant. SRG take second half pistol as well.
When you're playing a triple flank for FlyQuest, and then you look at SRG on the pulse plant that are scattered across the map trying to push into different angles, somehow you would think a 3 versus 1 on a different angle would literally go into Fly's direction, but wherever they pushed, nobody from SRG was there, and they were just able to play stall all across the map here for SRG. That was just unlucky for FlyQuest in terms of the read of where they wanted to triple flank and what lane they wanted to take.
Yeah.
But yeah, a beautiful opening too onto Melia. I felt like she needed to flash through the wall, but just got herself picked off before.
Bolt flashes. Nice trade of util out. FlyQuest looking to just get a little more out of SRG before they are able to hit the site. Noya inserts.
That's the power here.
When they do this.
I was gonna say, this is the power of that Viper with this wall riv, right? That you don't have for FlyQuest's side because you want to keep the sky in your comp. So
yeah.
Now this allows for you to get a lot of pressure onto A side just to fight against the pistols, and then Noya's gonna cut their rotates.
Quick kills. Oh, the Guardian of Dodo Nut is from Op the Guardian. It doesn't matter. This one's just the faster operator.
Yeah.
Seriously. Still haven't checked drop. Little sketchy. Little sketchy.
Body block.
Wait a minute. Melia body block. Yeah, it takes advantage of that. Gets a little util help from that was Ev on the kill, but SRG is able to clean it up. So they'll be double, triple, and quadruple checking that next time around. But a round picked up, second round of the second half by SRG.
That was a literal protect the president moment, but this time not Noya. It was actually Donut on that plant as Lydia just jumped in front of it so they could secure at least that plant down. And I guess a double orb pretty much for Donut, right? Because that's a plant and a death. And then there you go. You're seeing Noya pushing forward and cuts to rotates. That's unfortunate there for FlyQuest, especially if you're going to play this double initiator. You got to find ways too to get early information. Right now, the way that I'm looking at it, you have Vice utility over on the A site, yet a Fade still playing there. We have redundancy on trying to find early information right over here to be active across the map.
Now they're wondering how many pushed out against this wall. And you were talking about earlier, they have the Viper wall. What we saw from FlyQuest, right, was the smoke going out and then Melia almost having to get to the right side of rubble and then play to the open space. Here, they can all move up against that wall, be very hidden. And Ev has a big surprise waiting on the other side of that box. At this point, another shift walk forward round here after that util drop from SRG.
We'll think that if they kept walking, though. But this pulls to rotate towards the A side where they're going to try to go break room. Actually not even go there. Look at the position here currently of Sarah. This might be a full walk back to the C site for a pop.
Kind of realizing where all the util is now. They can just walk through it that they've expended from the side of FlyQuest. And yeah, what 30-second hit it seems to be.
And Riv.
And they will scream in.
Look at how annoying that is. You have now the Viper just breaking a dog and then walling up, and that keeps all 4 players still towards the A site.
They're looking for it too. Everybody kind of committed to that wall going up or down to see if they could make a play, realizing the map on the right side is a full ruse. They need to get to see Spike planted, full setup, and push into spawn here from Dodo Nut. Sees one. The angle still covered from the left side wide, but they're going to have to give this one up. Jazzy Kill and the rest of the team, or Jazzy Kins and the rest of the team are able to get that kill. And move on through. Waterfall is choked off here. They plugged that hole. Nice job by SRG. And just sliding through to meet these fights, not allowing FlyQuest to really get any comfortable ground to regain the site. Oh my gosh. A 4K for Alexis. And they're able to just come up with another one.
I'm going to take it back, right? Because after seeing Donut sliding across like that and getting a kill with the Guardian right into the waterfall, I was like, okay, maybe I see why Edith kept their rifle and their Guardian on that slide towards Ben. But it's also just when I was criticizing that play from Edith to keep the Guardian, that should have went in the hands of Thea, who only had a pistol, and then you could still work the overdrive now. But this time for SRG, you're playing your bonus round. It doesn't matter what weapons you have here. The name of the game is just to try to at least do some econ damage. Now you kill everybody while getting a plant, and also adding ults onto your side too in your gun round. So you're in prime position right now for SRG to just close out that map, because the Nightfall once again is available at a strong position in the second half, and Donut is also one away from her overdrive. So this timeout super important here for FlyQuest.
And besides the timeouts you get when an opposing team takes one, Googly is he hasn't called one, right? The team hasn't even activated the button. Yeah, so SRG.
He's chilling. He's stealing paychecks right now as the SRG coach.
They really have come online. I mean, what more can you ask for when there was a change mid-season, right? They were able to really make sure it felt balanced again, give Mel the time that she needed, and it doesn't look like SRG really skipped a beat other than those 3 games that now you have fragging IGL, which is not something they usually start out as, but Alexis has really taken the role on to just a different level here, approaching it in the way that she's been able to build herself on it. And the rest of the team really getting behind that confidence. We saw SRG just kind of explode again.
Yeah. Now Han's trying to find information, and now they know that there's a little bit of aggression coming out towards this B side. What I like about this though right now is that Thea is going to be contacted, and they can try to open door and try to fight into this. And with SRG not being as proactive in front of this B side for now, it does definitely give a chance for FlyQuest to play for a trap play and fight for mount control.
Oh, under the elbow. Just missing on that one is try to peel off from the shot. So they kind of stave off the pressure from the right side. FlyQuest do get an initial peek on that. It's kind of been plaguing them, giving up that free ground. And they're ready for a fight towards the middle of the map. A bit of a lower buy here, but they could easily make this work. I wonder when the door game comes into play. Who hits the button first is the question. Nightfall still slow for the plant, so no real triggers on that one. Quick kills towards mid, and that's going to activate here. Sliding through, FlyQuest able to do a good bit of damage, and a big bit of damage as Melia once again comes up with a triple kill, gets the ult online, and possibly FlyQuest's momentum.
Yeah, I love Melia actually as a player. She is insane right now in the GC scene. For me, almost even had a glow up from last year going into now too as an important player, and a reason why as well. Going from the Combine with FlyQuest is under this roster right now. Great anchoring. I like the idea. I was looking at that minimap. When the hell are we actually going to try to tap the door and fight? But I think it's smart for FlyQuest to fight towards that front B site anyways, because the 2 players are already pushed back from Mound into the C site, so there was no way to crunch into it anymore. Idea was good, and it's the anchoring from Melia that makes it even better.
Sarah looking to get into a fight right away. Edith will say, all right, I'm down for that. They push mid again. So I think SRG was trying to see if that would be a condition, if they would have to worry about mid. For a moment, as A site is going to be what their eyes are set on here, knowing there were going to be multiple firefights in that, trying to push into a 1. And SRG gets the better of the site. Could delay though. Another ult already? Seems like Fly's kind of cooking with those at the moment. Being able to get themselves back in and make it feel weird for SRG here. But there's a minute on the clock, so this is going to be a fake tap back and forth.
Yeah, you got to fight pretty much at SRG. Everybody's cornered. Now, Utility's actually going out way too early. What do you have left? There's no big flashes to retake it into sight. The Rose Bloom is actually all the way towards C.
Another smoke comes out. That protects one side. 1, 2, 3. Quick peek. Sidestep in. Oh my gosh, they're about to be shoulder to shoulder. Oh, they lined up on the wall. FlyQuest benefit huge as they retake A. Nice control there. And yeah, it seemed like that the util almost was getting people to make noise, but SRG's not going to be afraid of that. FlyQuest still make it work.
Staying it alive in this fight too. And we're not being as aggressive for FlyQuest right now, but we are definitely being a little bit more challenging when in terms of those live scrimmages, right? So when I'm talking about being aggressive, it's not like, oh, let's unload our util and look for rubble control and whatnot, but it's just like an extra push forward on a different angle and a different line that really allows FlyQuest to get first blood for the last couple of rounds here to keep them in this game. So I like that change of tempo, that change of pace. That was maybe a little bit of a conversation from Coach Joe, but this is now a FlyQuest. Let's talk about aggression. Here it comes towards C.
Oh, the follow-up is going to be huge. Oh, wait. SRG had him on both sides already. It looked like it was flawless for FlyQuest, and somehow they've fallen right into a trap SRG already had the protocol for. What a way to turn it right back around. And this is one of the things, fans, that makes SRG so difficult is even it feels like when you have a read on them, they can pull stuff out like this.
Yeah. And now they know exactly where Melia is at. Actually, no, the flash doesn't get the contact yet because it doesn't do the audio anymore, so Melia still has a timing.
This is huge. This has to be one of the rounds that it ends in favor of FlyQuest when it comes down to these 1v1s. It's been so strong for SRG, and Melia here has had so many clutches. The impact frags are mounting for this series to keep FlyQuest going round by round. It's going to be a walkabout, too. 30 seconds left, breaking the distance of the steps. Noya is going to haul ass over to A, coast to coast for this plant, and is going to be able to use the Viper wall now at the end. But also, I wonder how quick the utility goes. Is she going to try to walk around?
It's going to be instant because the wall's still up.
The wall goes right.
Yeah.
Here's these. Oh, yep. Nice catch. Nice catch.
10 seconds left.
Still has huge timing because the opponent's still over on that C site. And as that wall stays up, she can creep across. Playing towards pit now is very important, especially when that flash comes out. You know that Melia's close. She's going to be ready to look out towards spawn and then soon back towards that drop.
Full HP here.
Boom.
Oh, the turn, Noya with the timing again. And cuts that round short of any success for FlyQuest.
Yeah. I actually was going to think that she was going to run towards the A side and grab the orb too on top of that, but it's also, you don't know where your opponent's at. So it's nice that she continued to run towards the A side to still get that plat down. Another nice little attempt by Melia, though. Almost getting another 3K to get another round here for FlyQuest, but unfortunately here...
Honestly.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult round for FlyQuest to fight back with. There's huge ults right now. They're just going to hit towards the C site, or sorry, A site. Although the Steel Guardian is not there to really open up A site for them.
Yep. Eyes on Dodo. See what it looks like to slide in here on the squad. Oh, nice Nightfall. I think Fly being in position has helped them so much, so even if they get on a few different angles to guard each other, it helps. And here already, Edith able to set up the long-range fight that Alexis cleans up. And that's actually Nightfall online, ripped right off the bat. Take this one out.
Silence, Dream Seer.
All right, good damage at least, too.
I think known now as well. It's fake.
Yeah. I mean, you might just confirm it as well by just going with the Steel Guardian into the C side, too. Especially now that you have the two smokes coming out. Oh, unlucky.
The crosshair games are wild here. The timing practice that takes is insane. Because you saw DodoNet take a box step before actually clearing that elbow. Wow. Well, just wow with the things that they can do to you on protocol.
And now you're saving the Steel Guardian for post plant on top of that. So as soon as Flash comes out, you're going to get Sarah ready and then time to just lock the weapons.
All right. FlyQuest trying to keep Lotus alive here. We will be pushed to Ascent if not. As SRG step up once again for the fight, they don't let it come to them, and that's a few kills for FlyQuest. It's looking actually good. Lydia's gonna try to play the elevated position. There's one kill hiding behind it again. Lydia buying time. It's gonna be all the time that SRG need for the Red Bull clutch and a second map in their favor here in this lower bracket best of 5.
Dude, there is something about Lydia playing around the bend of Lotus because she did a beautiful 4K yesterday in the series against Ghost, and she is looking unstoppable on this map, and so does SRG as a whole. So yeah, a 2-0. I still don't want to think that this is going to be a quick BO3. I still think there's a chance now that FlyQuest can maybe come up with something here on the third map of Ascent.
The reads are there, the answers are there. It's all coming down to so many 1v1s, Vans. I do think it's a possibility we get more than just the next map for SRG, but we'll have to find out. The desk is going to break that one down and get us ready for Ascent. Don't go anywhere.